Hi and welcome to this week's vocal workout video. So we're going to start off with, I like to try and get a mezzo di voce exercise in if we can at some point. But so what I'd like to do with this one is an exercise we've done a lot before. But what I'd like you to do is try to feel that you're going up quietly on that oo, so that there's no resistance in your throat, and then as you start to get louder, make the change from oo to r part of the crescendo. Okay. And I don't know how you perceive my voice, but for me, I feel that's quite ridiculously dark, but actually that's where we need to go. Okay, so in my head I'm sounding oh, and you can practice that in your speaking as well, just allowing your voice to resonate only in your head so that it feels like your breath is carrying your voice into your head, and it's so much more resonant. Okay, and here. And the more you can keep the volume down on the way up, the less resistance you're going to have, but as long as you make sure that you don't allow your throat to close just because it's quiet. The advantage of using this with as a mezzo di voce exercise is that when you sing quietly, your voice is much more likely to turn. And that's ultimately what we're trying to get, is to build this instinct in your voice for the larynx to tilt. Okay. So in this week's second exercise, we're going to do this. We're just going to do okay, so we've got a break in between each one, and really release your stomach muscles. Be honest with yourself about whether you're doing this. Okay, now, you will find that it seems like quite a long way up to that highest note. What I don't want you to do is to try and make it accurate. Don't want you to try and make it bang in the middle of the note by means of muscles in your throat. Just aim the sound at your head and allow your breath to find out how to get that note into the middle. It's a really important process. And Now, for some of you, it may help to do this on the third one. Just so that you've got a feeling that the breath moves. The point with this exercise, of course, you want to get to the stage where you're singing every note bang in tune, but you want to get to that by allowing your muscles, the breathing muscles, to do the right thing, and not by using your throat muscles to help you get there. You've got to learn to, if you want your voice to be as healthy as possible, you've got to learn to try and use your breath to get you there. Okay, so we're now going to speed that up a bit. So we're going to go back down to here, and we're going to go, and basically we're just trying to use the same the same muscles, but just quicker, which is going to be probably a little bit less accurate for you at the moment. But now, if you're the sort of person who is fastidious about being in tune, you might find this hellish. Let your tiara slip a little, okay? And just be a bit wild, because so much of the time I see people who are obsessed with tuning, who really don't sing, who don't really know what it feels like to let go and sing. So I want you to try and release these muscles. Sorry, that sounds a bit harsh, but I want you to really let go and allow these muscles to learn to do their work, so that you can become more expressive and find more joy. And if you've got a really good ear, then that's going to remain, and it's going to get better. You're going to get better at doing this very quickly. But it's about letting those muscles that we use to control things go, so that we can use the right muscles, and it gets better. Okay. So for the next exercise, we're going to try this. We're going to start fairly low, and we're going to have... Now this is quite important. I spoke about speaking earlier on in the video. If you're speaking here, it might feel like you're projecting, and it might feel that you're making a vibrant sound. But if you were a slightly Shakespearean actor, you might throw your breath into your head. And there's this old saying that an amateur Hamlet might be every bit as good as a professional Hamlet, but at the end of a week of performances, the professional Hamlet will still be doing it, and the amateur one will probably be exhausted. And it's to do with throwing your voice through your head rather than doing it in your throat. So I want you to just try seeing if you can feel in the most absurd way that you're throwing your breath into your head to create your voice, and see where that takes you. Through the nose really helps with finding that position. refuse to use these muscles, then either your voice just won't get up to the notes, or you will end up in this wonderful right position. Okay, so that's the next thing. We're going to use, again, staccato exercises, and we're just going to do... So 5 lots of scales, and we work our way back down. Okay, so here we go. So that's one we did in last week's exercise. Now, make sure that you're allowing your stomach muscles to really, really release. And let's do it again a tiny bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you should really begin to feel that your stomach muscles are getting quite tired doing that. So for the final exercise, we're going to do this in 3 stages. And we're going to start it in C, and we're going to do... and we're going to carry on until... and then we're going to come back down. But for the moment, all staccato. Okay, and... Now, having got that, I want you to still feel the energy of that, but I want you to do it quite slowly and quietly, okay? And, but this time legato, sorry. And. Okay, good. Now, you might find that you get, as I did then, you get, excuse me, an air bubble or something just caught. And that's fine. Just try and sing through it. Don't allow yourself to try and adjust to accommodate that. Okay, now we're going to do it still slowly. Sorry. We're going to do it still quietly, but we're going to do it faster. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right, so So for the last time, we're going to do it very fast and loudly. Okay, keep that feeling that it's going through your head. And if you can keep that feeling and keep and not worry too much about whether you're being accurate, as long as you keep going in one direction, your breath will carry you through that exercise because your brain knows where it's going. Okay, well done, everybody.